Hello guys, yeah, I'm making this video right after my video on the Democratic election. It's still Halloween night, wearing this shirt, haven't gone rolling yet. Like I made the video on the Democratic election about like a minute ago, so now I have some time to kill before I go out rolling for Halloween, so yeah, I'm not a, well, long story, but okay, I made a video a while back on, well, not a while back, kind of recently, about my advice to Rand Paul, and I don't think it's a bad video, but I do think I could have given some better thoughts on it, and some things have changed now, so I think I could give just an updated version of that real quickly. Okay, and I may contradict myself in this video. I may contradict my last video in some ways. I haven't really watched it. I think I only watched it like one time after I loaded it. So I may contradict some of my thoughts because my thoughts have changed because the election is kind of in a different place now. Okay, Rand Paul, real clear. Looking it up on my phone. I'm looking where he's polling right now on Real Clear Politics. Oh yeah, just a little side note. The CNBC debate, I thought it was terrible how they treated Rand Paul. They asked him like 3 short questions. Like they barely asked him anything. I honestly felt like I wasted my time watching that debate. Because really, that like Rand Paul was basically just a random intern standing there. Okay, in Real Clear Politics, Rand Paul is currently he's in 8th place at polling 2.8%. Okay, now, I support Rand Paul for the most part. I watched a bit of his filibuster, which barely lasted long at all, unfortunately. But I thought it was pretty good on the budget. Like he talked a lot about the unholy alliance, as he would put it, between the right and left. I thought that was really good. Okay, but the problem with Rand Paul lately, the reasons why he is not polling good, because he was the front runner at one point. He was like the guy. Like a lot of people thought. It's go time. It's going to be between Clinton and Paul, 2016. And in my personal opinion, I think Rand Paul would be the most likely to defeat Hillary Clinton. But, and in fact, I might make a video about that, but don't hold me to it. I may or may not. Okay, but Rand Paul, the reason why I think he's not polling well enough is, look to the past. When he was polling at high percentages, when he was the front runner, why? Why exactly was he the front runner? Where he was very critical of the Republican Party, which lately hasn't been that critical of the Republican Party. I mean, recently he kind of has been with his filibuster, like the right and left. It's not just the Democrats, it's the Republicans as well. They're the reason why the budget is so bloated. Yeah. So recently he's been doing better on that, but like he said, he would endorse the nominee no matter who it is. Like that's a stupid thing to say. Like Ron Paul, he never endorsed the nominee if he didn't agree with him. Now Rand Paul's like, if Trump's the nominee, I'm going to vote for him, or if Jeb Bush is the nominee, I'm going to vote for him, or if Chris Christie, which is unlikely, but if Chris Christie's the nominee, sorry to Chris Christie fans out there, but I'm a Rand Paul supporter, so I know how it feels to be pushed around by the establishment, but kind of kidding. Wait, yeah, I mean that, but yes, but he said he would endorse the nominee no matter who it is. That is just so, and I understand why he does it. He's actually explained. He strongly implied when he endorsed Romney in 2012 that he didn't really mean it. He just wanted to endorse Romney so Romney would consider auditing the Fed. I heard something about that a while back. So I see why he does it, but it's just not principled at all. So yeah, I think that's one problem. He looks establishment when he does that. When you say I'm going to endorse the party nominee, no matter who it is, it makes it look like you support the party above the American people. That is what it looks like. And also, when you look back to when he was polling at high percentage, what else? What other reasons was he polling high percentages? Well, mainly because his foreign policy, his views on the war on drugs, and into NSA spying, yeah. And now he doesn't really talk about those things as much. Most of the time now he's only talking about his tax plan, which is a good thing. I think he has a good tax plan, don't get me wrong, but that is all he talks about now. That is all he talks about now. Like, I would say like 70% of the time he's talking about his tax plan, which I think is a good tax plan, but when you get up there and all you do is talk about cutting spending, you sound like every other Republican. Now, you may be more authentic than other Republicans, and your tax plan may work better than other Republicans, and I think it would. But if that is all you talk about, you just blend in with the other candidates, because all of the other candidates are saying the exact same things. I'm not saying they mean it, but they are saying the exact same things. So that's, I think, a big problem that Rand's been having. All he does is talk about economics now. And he should talk about economics. I think economics are very important. So he should talk about them. He should still talk about them. I'm not saying he shouldn't. He should absolutely still talk about them. But those three issues that made him, and I quote, the most interesting man in politics, according to Time Magazine, I believe, it was because of his views on the war on drugs, foreign policy, and NSA spying. And now he only talks about all three of those things like 30% of the time. He still talks about them, which is good, but not as much. That is his main problem. If all he does is talk about economics like he's been doing lately, he looks like every other Republican, and he just blends in. And I think he's right on economics for the most part. I think he's right for the most part. But he needs to acknowledge those three issues. He needs to talk more about those three issues that made him the most interesting man in politics. Because those three issues, NSA spying, foreign policy, and the war on drugs, have been taking a backseat lately. Really, he still talks about them, but they've been taking a backseat lately, and he doesn't talk about them as much. Which I honestly believe that is the reason why he needs to. I really think that is his biggest chance. He needs to put those three issues front and center, and still talk about economics as well. Balance them all out. Now he's only, like he talks about, as I said before in this video, he just talks about economics 70% of the time, and those three issues 30% of the time, where he needs to balance it all out. Because those are the three issues that make him different from any other Republican in the race. Now, Donald Trump may seem non-interventionist, but he wants to go back into Iraq. And another thing, Donald Trump, I know I actually said that he should attack Donald Trump. I think in my last video I said that he should, and that didn't work out well. Yeah. Yeah, but, the thing is, what he's doing is he's attacking Donald Trump for the same reasons everyone else attacks him, basically. He's not conservative enough. He's a liberal. And I do kind of agree with that, but every other Republican is criticizing him like that. It's not working for them, so it's not going to work for you. But Rand, you know what would probably work for you? If you criticize Donald Trump about wanting to go into Iraq and sending your sons and daughters back into an endless war. I mean, really. So I think if he does criticize Donald Trump, that would be the best way to criticize him. Criticize his idiotic foreign policy. Yes. So that's basically all I got. Thank you for watching. I think this video is more accurate than my last video about Rand Paul. I'm no expert, but I think if he takes these steps, I think he'd be more likely to poll higher and ultimately do better in the election. That's all I got, guys. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you later.